If I could ask the students to remain standing, audience, please stand for the playing of the national anthem. If everyone would please have a seat. Good evening. My name is Kenton Lee, and I'm the principal of Columbus North International School. It is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you to our 2019 commencement ceremony. We have a special program that includes reflections from our valedictorian, music selections from our amazing students, a collaborative, multi-language speech, and some parting thoughts from Ms. Johnson. I'd like to recognize all of the parents, family, and friends that have joined us this evening, as well as those that could not be here, but played an instrumental role in our students' lives. I would like to welcome and recognize our stage dignitaries, including Columbus City Schools Board of Education Vice President, Mr. Michael Cole, Ms. Catherine Mosher, Executive Director, Academic Services, and of course, the amazing staff of Columbus North International. Special thanks to Ms. Johnson and the secretarial team for their work on the programs, diplomas, and tickets. Thank you to Ms. Love and Mr. McElroy for doing anything and everything these past couple of days to get us ready for tonight. Thank you to Ms. Lisa Brandt and Ms. Andrea Timbery for arranging the music. And lastly, thank you to Ms. Ramirez, our senior class advisor. This ceremony and all the academic senior events and recognitions leading up to today would not have been possible without your tireless effort and dedication. As I look out on the 89 graduates sitting before us tonight, I can't help but think of the different journeys each of you took to get here. There are 89 unique stories in front of me. Each one filled with triumph, tragedy, heartbreak, smiles, tears, sadness, joy, love, struggle, and so much more. Class of 2019, Columbus North International School since the 7th grade. For those of you who have achieved this honor, we are recognizing you with a legacy sash. Wear it with honor and pride. Over the past 5 years, I've had the privilege to get to know many of your stories and your family stories. For some of you, I know in these past couple of months, couple weeks, you've had to work harder than you've ever worked in your life to earn the seat that you're in right now. You reminded me, you reminded all of us, nothing is ever given to you. There are those of you tonight that tonight will become your family's first high school graduate. You have shown me, you have shown all of us, anything is possible with hard work. For some, you've had to endure war, conflict, and being displaced from your homes, from your country. Taught me, while there is darkness in our world, achievements like tonight represent powerful life. Some of you tonight have never doubted, but you have been faced with difficult decisions like, where should I continue my education? What scholarships should I apply for? What scholarships should I accept? What will be my college major? What am I going to minor in? You've reminded me that for all of you, the sky's the limit. When you have opportunities, take them. Graduates, you and your stories represent why all of us chose education as our profession. As much as we love to teach and support, as educators, we are lifelong learners. You and your stories have allowed us to grow our love of learning and change our perceptions of the world. Graduates, promise me one thing. Continue to share your unique stories, and in turn, continue to change and impact the world like you've changed and impacted all of us. It's now my privilege to introduce Ms. Antatolo.
They have given me the opportunity to stand here and speak to you tonight. These 4 years have passed by much quickly. It's almost impossible to believe that we have finally finished this long time before we chapter. Here at Columbus North International, I've grown a lot. When we first came to the school, we were skeptical. Coming from 3 separate elementary schools, St. Kenwood, CSIA, and Fifth Avenue, and even merged into a high school was an interesting concept to say the least. All of us have been pulled out of our comfort zones and pushed into a completely new environment, with new rules, new teachers, and new things. Some of us realized right away that things would be different and tried to adapt to these schools, while others clung to their old bodies instead of those to their heart. In time, we progressed as individuals to find our diverse and cycling. We found our identities through the hardships. With every winter breakdown, last-minute essay, failed test, and discouraging teacher, we grew one stronger. All the knowledge will no doubt be valuable as we go further. But I think the most important thing that we have learned in the last 4 years is the power of determination. No matter where we go or what we do, there will be challenges try to get far in life. You must try to excel in everything you do. Strive for excellence in every task or response. I am African, I am Black, and I am woman. The odds are always so maybe when I'm standing here today because I'm trying to learn less than my parents. And that is what I want someone to show with. I don't know about when you're also difficult to see around. It's hard for you to comprehend that there are a lot of people who genuinely don't want to see you succeed. They would make your journey as difficult as possible just to see you give up and fail. Going into adulthood, there's one thing that I learned this past year that I'll never forget, and that is to be your own number one advocate. No one will work harder for you than you. No one understands what's better for you better than you. Don't allow people to set your own standards and tell you what you can and can't do. The only person who can dictate that is yourself. This is not to say never ask for advice and seek help when it's needed. This is to say never rely on anyone other than yourself to do what's best for you. Throughout the years, you all know how much I loved our high school experience and the loving and supporting faculty. I don't want to forget the amazing memories I made with my fellow classmates. I may have seemed a little cold-hearted and distant under all the stress that is high school, but I genuinely wish all the best for each and every single one of you. I see so much potential in each of you, even if you don't see it yourself. We all have a purpose in this life, and it just takes some time and effort to figure it out. Some of us will go on to college, others will go straight to the workforce. But each of us will travel our own path. There will be many trials and tribulations, but I, Auntie will be speaking into existence. Our graduating class will be revolutionary. So now we're high school graduates, and soon in about an hour, we're about to be taking selfies and saying goodbye. There will be hugs and tears. We may stay in touch, but we'll be focused living our lives and doing our best. As a final thought, I'd like to leave you with the quote from Mr. Kim, the founder and first principal of Columbus International. The best people quote are the people that you personally learn from and will never forget. If you know the words, say it along with me. Be who you are, know where you come from, and find the strength in you. Thank you all.
To our collaborative multi-language speech. This is a speech that has become a tradition at our commencement ceremony because more language is at the core of what we do at Columbus North International School. This year, we're spotlighting 4 languages: Chinese, Fulani, French, and Spanish. So with that, it's my privilege and pleasure to introduce our first speaker, who will be delivering his speech in Chinese, Mr. David Rucker.
大家好，我是David Rucker，中文就叫骆志典。我代表2019年毕业生欢迎你们参加我们的毕业典礼。你们将见证我们这群在上的青年人开始新的人生路程。今年过得很快，可是我们这个班子做到了我们的最好。我们做了很多难忘的事情，比方说毕业生有去一天滑雪、毕业会等等。在我进入社会这群毕业班的经历，让我学会了从不同的角度去观察社会。今年我们也面临了很多挑战，特别是最后的事情。可是我要说的是，每一个挑战都更好的教会了我们面对未来的世界。我将我是这个班子的一员，谢谢。
ma wax mi rek depuis naa ko Sénégal dami ɗo ene Amérique somo yaade duuɓi jooni mo woni ɗo ene juuɗe e nature secretary so waawi yaade ɗo ene middle school high school woni moƴƴi mi jangi ɗo ene wurde e hoore men e muusi haa pari donc so tawi yaade ko jangama woni ko ɗo ene jooni so waawi wi komi mbaɗi ko moƴƴi ewa now the future begins now.
Bonjour seulement. Je m'appelle Keynote. Je parle français, anglais et un peu d'arabe. J'ai appris à la CCS septième 2013. Ceci quand CCS recrute beaucoup de membres et appris les choses ne suffit pas le niveau de la diversité sociale. Pendant 5 jours à CCS, à l'école, j'ai étudié le culture différentes ACS, par exemple le culturalisme, le culture coréenne et le culture française. J'ai appris qu'on nous partage les choses en commun, mais qu'on peut aussi apprendre des différences. Par exemple, beaucoup de nos élèves s'amusent de faire de présent. I'll slow it down. For example, beaucoup de nos élèves s'amusent de faire de présent et manger de nourriture similaire. J'ai apprécié le nourriture espagnole et je connais mon temps pour ça. Je suis décidée pour ça parce que je suis ouverte à tout autre chose. Je sais n'importe où je vais, je ordre toujours mes amis. Thank you. This guys is now my proud honor to introduce my fellow graduate, Norma Aguilera.
Buenas noches. Primero quiero agradecer a Dios por permitirme cumplir esta meta de graduarme esta noche. También me gustaría aprovechar este tiempo para agradecer a todo el personal de nuestra escuela. Gracias por hacer tantas cosas buenas por todos nosotros, incluso cuando no lo supimos apreciar en el momento. Me gustaría agradecer especialmente a nuestros maestros que han trabajado arduamente para educarnos y han trabajado aún más para prepararnos para el futuro exterior. Gracias por enojarse con nosotros y regañarnos cuando era necesario. Gracias por sus consejos porque nos ayudaron a crecer como personas y como estudiantes. No puedo agradecer lo suficiente al señor White y a la señora Keynote por ayudarnos a pasar la prueba de Working. En momentos en los que perdí la esperanza, pensé que el idioma era una barrera para mí. Ellos aumentaron mi confianza y me enseñaron a ser más fuerte. Ahora sé que cuando me tenga un encuentro en el futuro, un obstáculo, tendré menos miedo.
It is now my pleasure to introduce Ms. Brandt and Ms. Tippery for the music selection. Ms. Sylvia Brown. Thank you, India. It is now my privilege to introduce our keynote speaker from the Columbus City School Board of Education, Vice President Mr. Michael Cole, a believer in the possibility of infinite possibilities. Columbus City School Board Vice President Michael Cole brings nearly 20 years of experience in public affairs, television, radio, and education advocacy. As your board member, he successfully led the district's first major community listening tour entitled Moving Forward, Dreaming Big 2020. He has also worked with the board to improve student achievement and access to life-changing opportunities. After beginning his career in news writing and photojournalism, Mr. Cole would transition into policy and politics as a public affairs consultant and political strategist to notable congressional, statewide, and municipal campaigns. From 2004 to 2008, he also produced and hosted a public affairs talk radio program on Columbus AM 1580 WPKO entitled What's What with Mike Cole. Mr. Cole has made numerous appearances in national and local news programs, including The Gretchen Carlson Show on Fox National News, and is a regular panelist on WSU's Columbus on the Record. Today, he is taking his talents to the classroom as a K-12 teacher with Southwestern City Schools. Mr. Cole holds a Bachelor of Arts from The Ohio State University and a master's degree from Seton Hall University. He and his wife, Lee, of 19 years, are the loving parents of 2 children attending Columbus City Schools. Please welcome Mr. Michael Cole to the stage.
Oh my goodness. Now, some of you all don't even realize it, but some of you in this audience, I've watched you come up as little ones at a cold kindergarten to where you are today. And I am just in absolute awe. Everybody, give these youngsters a round of applause. So, it is my absolute honor. It's funny because, you know, some of us as board members, we like to claim schools. I have a colleague that likes to say, Northern High School is her school every year, right? This is my school every year. In fact, this is my school 24/7, 365 days of the year, without question. So it's my absolute honor to be a part of the officiating of this 2019 graduating class of Columbus North International High School. Give it up. Give it up. Give it up. Now, if you guys will indulge me, I want to take you on a global trip. You guys have had, given you in this room, the opportunity to experience through your kids, and in many instances through your own lives, of traveling the world as global citizens. You know, we prepare our youngsters to be highly educated, prepared for leadership and service, empowered for success as a citizen in the global community. That's our mission statement as a district. But let me take you across several continents. I'd like to start, if you'll indulge me, in Europe. So, if somebody's out there, just shout it out. But, bonsoir tout le monde. Ça va? Bien. D'accord, okay? Das tut for you. Das tut for you. Believe it. Anyone out here from Russia? All right. Okay. Добрый вечер. Buenas tardes, familias. Sí. Sabe. All right. Let's go to Asia. Let's go to Asia very quickly. Gombunga. All right. That means good evening, of course, and how are you? And of course, I say Ginki desu. You would say Ginki desu. So Ginki desu. All right. So y'all learned some Japanese tonight. Okay. Ni hao ma. All right. Okay. Let me throw this one at you. Nepo. That's Cantonese. Got you. Here's one of my favorites. Namaskar. Namaste. So, let me share with you what that means. Namaskar. Some people think, we've kind of Americanized it or westernized it to, we salute you, that's really not what it means. It is a beautiful, in fact, an aspirational greeting. It is one that says, I'll never be bigger than you. Namaste. I'll never be bigger than you. Namaste. Another beautiful way to greet somebody. It means that I see the divinity in you. It's not, oh, hello. It's, I see the divinity in you. That is one of the most beautiful things I think you can say to anybody. So, again, namaste. All right, let's go to the Middle East. Assalamu alaikum. All right. Alam wassalam. Wonderful. All right. Now, last but not least, ever, because my young lady said it best, I am black and I am African. Unapologetically. So if you're out there, set the high. My Somali brothers and sisters. All right. If you are Ethiopian, Salem. Okay. If you are my Ghanaian brothers and sisters. All right. If you are from Kenya or that part of the continent that speaks Swahili, all right, Jumbo, Abarigato. All right, I'm going to be very quick. My brothers and sisters who speak what of? Nayane. Yeah, Jamaica. And this is what I'm so excited about. When Mr. Lee told me that they were bringing on Fulani, I was like, what? Really? Seriously? Okay. So, Jamkiri. Jamkiri. Again, brothers and sisters, terms that I'm using, these greetings are all in peace. They're all foundation with the idea of peace. Shalom is probably a predicate to just about every greeting in philosophy. They're saying peace, all right? And my last is Mandinka. Anyone think Mandinka? Okay. Talie Velobegi. If I said that wrong, I apologize. But that was the hardest one I had to learn. I had to practice that. But with that, as we transition moving forward, because I'm going to use the 3 B's, because tonight is all about you, I promise. I'm going to use the 3 B's. Brother, be brief. So, I first and foremost want to give honor to Mr. Lee, Mr. Johnson, and Madam Love for their stellar leadership of this school. It takes a great deal, especially when something started off as someone else's vision or idea or own concept. I really love the fact that y'all shot it out, Mr. Kent. Y'all do that every graduation. But it's a tough job to step in and lead something and own it and make it yours, and then redistribute it to you all so that you become the leaders. It is that type of leadership that I give thanks to. Please give it a round. Let me also share my greatest and deepest gratitude for our teachers. Now, Lord knows, and I'm just coming into, being an inspired educator in the classroom. So I understand what each of you are dealing with on a day-to-day basis. The good and the challenges. Mr. Cole, what do you mean I'm a good kid? What you talking about? I have to be about you. Right. But you had those days. You had those days when you tested nerves. You had those days where you had the teacher like, Lord help me, this child. But let me tell you why. It's because these educators, every day throughout the district, and there's 51,000 of them, every day they're trying to take their life and academic lessons and give them to you. Not give them, gift them to you. So I'm handing something to you in a bow and a ribbon, and I'm coming with every bit of fervor, excitement, and love, and saying, you know what? This is for you. And when you're going through your stages, when you're trying to figure it out, we're seeing the landmines, and you're just that close to stepping on it, that's where the frustration happens. But at the same time, that's where we learn how to let go and let you do what you do best. Fall, make the mistake, but get back up, ready to learn and curious about what you got wrong. What you got wrong. Not fearful, but curious. So I want you to give our teachers a round of applause, please. Now, and finally, I want to make sure we are giving a rousing applause. And folks, youngsters, I want y'all to stand up for Nana, Papa, Mom, Dad, Uni, Baba. I want you to stand up for all of those loved ones that put up with you, that poured into you, that drove you everywhere you needed to go, that showed up to every game, that came to every event, that are here standing right now as a testament of your strength and their legacy. You are their legacy. Give these loved ones around us a glowing round of applause. Now, I know this is just an awesome class of students. Like I said, I've watched you for many years. So I'm well aware that you all, to speak colloquially, are tight. You guys, y'all are sharp. You got it together. But let me share with you what the value of a Columbus City Schools education is. Because see, this is one of the most greatest unknown myths in modern Columbus history. It really happens to be. This is a district that annually is graduating more kids year after year. Mr. Cole, what do you mean? In 2016, we had 74% graduation rate. And you want to know why that was? Because it was initially 77. It dropped because the state said, but wait a minute, what we're going to do is we're going to say that we're going to graduate you as a cohort of 4 years or 5 years. So the fact that you guys are a graduating class that stayed together from 7th on is an immense testament. In fact, 8 out of every 10 of you graduates of this class is right here in front of us right now. That's right. In 2017, it was 78%. This year, we're expecting 81%. The national average is 81%. Don't let these folks lie to you. Don't let them. We're getting better, but it takes all of us to do it together. All right? Ohio means jobs. Now, I believe New Mexico was one of those pilot schools where we did Ohio means jobs. Over the district, we have 19 graduates. What this means, this is a graduation designation. The state is saying that we want to make a diploma mean something. So we want to be sure that you earn a designation to be able to say that I am workforce ready. I'm not just college ready, I'm not just military ready. I am ready to go into the workforce. And what makes each and every one of you uniquely special is the fact that you have mastered multiple lingua franca. You have mastered multiple languages. You guys could walk out into the workforce right now and run somebody's call center as a manager. I listen to these CEOs that are a part of local organizations that are saying, these kids, I hired them tomorrow. These are the rock stars of the future. You are. Don't let your head get big. Don't let your head get big. But understand the value you bring to the marketplace. 1,660. So there are 2,100 plus high school graduates this weekend. And the number grows every day. It changes every day. 1,660 of them applied and are accepted to school. $60 million, $60 million in scholarships. This is what the value of a Columbus City Schools education is. I'll close with this one. 683 CTE graduates. That's Columbus, that's career tech education. Career tech education. These are youngsters that graduated with designations to do HVAC, to go into engineering, law enforcement. These are youngsters who are workforce ready. Mom and dad, what does that mean for you? They're ready to pay bills. Now, y'all should be shocked like, oh, yeah. But let me share with you, as I give these final closing thoughts, what it is that you really learned. Let me share with you what you really learned. In order to persevere, how many of you, by show of hands, think you do it by sheer anger? Think you do it by allowing your emotions and your frustrations to overwhelm you? How many of you think you got through by sheer will, fight, fury, by show of hands? Okay, we got one. All right, I appreciate your courage, son. That was my line there when I was on, when I crossed my front. I appreciate that, but let me be clear. You didn't do it that way. You didn't accomplish it that way. You accomplished it through patience. You accomplished it through long suffering. You accomplished it through kindness. You accomplished it through meekness. You actually had to humble yourself at some point. You actually had to say, self, I got to get over me and do it quickly, or else my future is at stake. These things that I speak of are called fruits. They're called spiritual fruits. This is what I'm asking you as you move forward to never let go of. Because I promise you, it is a testament of who you know, whose you are, and who you are. You are able to clearly identify what your boundaries are, what lines you're willing to cross, and not let anyone willing to cross you. This is how you strengthen your discernment, your understanding of yourself and the world around you. Don't lose sight of them, please. As I close, I'm going to challenge you with this. I'm going to give you a 100-day post-graduation challenge. 100 days. I want you to roll the dice on yourselves. I want you to risk, turn, pitch, and toss. And be willing to gamble. Be willing to lose and never be the word you lost. I want you guys to take a risk on yourselves by doing this. First, by celebrating. Celebrating. Not celebrating in a way that is reckless, but celebrating in a way that is aware of what you've done and what those around you have contributed to. Secondly, I want you to reflect. It's time to reflect. Go inside. What got me here? What will get me forward? What's my data? Go to Infinite Campus. Look at it. Where did I drop the ball? Where did I get it right? What did my teacher say about my performance? Reflect. Reflect. Assess. Tie up what your goals and your weaknesses, your strategies. Start assessing what your strengths are, what your weaknesses are, what your opportunities are, what your threats are. It's called SWOT analysis. How many of y'all ever heard of that before? My business heads in the room, I see you. SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, threats. What are they? Assess them and put together, lastly, your plan. Your plan. And then share it. And share it with all bit of loving. Share it with all bit of vision. Share it with all bit of fortitude. Share it, hopefully, with everybody that you possibly can. Because what you then are doing is being leaders who give the best of who you are and inspire others to do the same. Folks, listen. If nobody told you today that what you've accomplished is a great thing, I'm telling you today that you did. If no one told you today that they love you, son, daughter, niece, nephew, grandbaby, I love you. Well, listen, I'm here to share the same I love you. Youngsters, if you, if folks have not told you how proud they are of you, let me tell you, I am high, he the happy, and peacock proud of your graduating this class of 2019 Columbus School International High School. God bless you. I love you. Keep working hard.
Well, about that time. It's that part of the program where we will be awarding the diplomas. Each student will be called up to the stage. A staff member and or mentor, someone who's had a significant impact on these students' lives, will be handing each of the students their diplomas. In your program, you will notice each student's name that will be called up. Vice President Cole mentioned the Ohio Means Jobs Readiness Seal. The district had 19. Columbus North International had 10 of the 19. In addition, recognitions like certificates of specialization in different languages, Downtown High School, or Ames, College Credit Plus, valedictorian, salutatorian, honors diplomas, local scholars diplomas, international diplomas. These are all recognitions that the class of 2019 have earned. Let's give them a round of applause. Mr. Vice President, Ms. Mosier, distinguished guests, by the power vested in me by the state of Ohio and Columbus City Schools, as principal of Columbus North International School, I hereby confirm that the students seated before me have met, completed graduation requirements set forth by the state and school district. At this time, I would like to call on Ms. Abdul-Simmons and Mr. McClellan for the reading of the graduates' names. As the student names are being read, please keep the applause and celebration to a minimum. This will allow all of our families the opportunity to hear their student's name. I also ask that you stay in your seats in designated viewing areas to ensure that the photographer is able to get each graduate's picture and each graduate is able to return safely to their seat. With that, I would like to introduce Ms. Abdul-Simmons and Mr. McConnell.
Will our first row of graduates please rise? Tonight's first diploma will be awarded by Ms. Abdul-Simmons. Destiny Conway.
The next diploma will be given by Mrs. Baker. Zoe Adams. Sydney Biederman. The next diploma will be given by Mr. Bassinet. Kam Gahal. The next diploma will be given by Mr. Bell. Yaeli Kani. The next diploma will be given by Ms. Bishop. Fadumo Ahmed. Albright Asante. Glory Shumbani. The next diploma will be given by Ms. Musadra. Giselle Davis. The next diploma will be given by Mr. Braun. Hawa Carrera. The next diploma will be given by Ms. Chen. Seamus Stewart. The next diploma will be given by Ms. Chen and Ms. Schwinn. Gabriella Hill. The next diploma will be given by Ms. Cornette Parker. Casey Lopez Alvarado. The next diploma will be given by Mr. Cox. Abukar. Jamie James. Abamel Dominguez. Jessica Nonando Garcia. Leilani Grace. The next diploma will be given by Ms. Cunningham. Pierre McCoy. The next diploma will be given by Ms. Dillon. Khadija Kane. Elizabeth Vargas. The next diplomas will be given by Ms. Johnson. Kenneth Forney. Cassandra Trump. The next opponent will be given by Ms. Jannard. Kadina Sherman. The next opponent will be given by Mr. Jones. Zakiah Zephyr. The next opponent will be given by Mr. Kirby. Khalid Ahmed. Dakota Ragland. Zachary Eustace. The next diploma is going to be given by Mr. Lee and Ms. Johnson. Tashiana Parks. The next diplomas are going to be given by Ms. Linden. Nim Siang. Rupa Dahal. Regina Gale. The next diploma is going to be given by Ms. Luck. Casey Sebastian. The next diploma is going to be given by Mr. McClellan. David Rucker. Parker. Beatriz Geras. Hafsa Mohammed. Aisha Mosa. The next opponents are going to be given by Ms. Ramirez. Norma Aguilar. Naomi Davis. Erica Ramirez. Joseph Stewart. The next opponent is going to be given by Dr. Risby. Tahani Brown. The next opponent is going to be given by Miss Broom. Shukri Omar. The next opponent is going to be given by Mr. Michael Say II. Javon Moses. The next opponents are going to be given by Ms. Sidesville. Tanika Hughes. Talia Patterson. The next opponent is going to be given by Mr. Samba. The next diplomas are going to be given by Mr. Stamper. Pavitra Banaya. Khan Singh. Andrea Odunia. The next diploma is going to be given by Mr. Stamper and Ms. Flash. Kayla Thomas. The next diploma is going to be given by Ms. Sunderman. Emma Courtney. The next diplomas are going to be given by Mr. Taylor. Tremone Perry. Sandra Salinas. The next diploma is going to be given by Ms. Timmery. Catherine Mariano. The next diploma is going to be given by Mr. Trey. Halima Abdi. The next diploma is going to be given by Ms. Weinberger. Deputy Kudora. The next diploma will be given by Ms. Tuesday. Atika Ahmed. Tomas Hernandez. Leila Rage. Parmina Starkey. Parmina Suba. Jackson Tui Yungay. The next diploma will be given by Ms. Mary. Anthony Boswell. Maria Calderon Salto. Jose Cordillo. Eunice Jalebi. Maha Brotherhood. The next diploma will be given by Mr. White. Chris Blackwell. These are your 2019 Focus on International graduates.
Congratulations to the class. One of the other traditions that we have in addition to the collaborative speeches, every year, you know, Ms. Johnson, some classes is too low, but the love for the senior class is all the same. It's been a tradition, an honor for me to ask her to give the senior class, every senior class, hard words, some thoughts, even some music. So with that, please welcome Ms. Johnson to the stage.
They are the last class to graduate most of you know that middle school or public school, but I used to hear the good athletes speak so the Miami had to be the people, you always the average. So we came here. Yes.
Joanna, and changing